Map number 1, well, it went just about as smoothly as it could get for MIBR. Maybe that's not the way you want to start this off. But 5 dribble by goal extra McHenry, yada, yada, yada. Let's get to the punch. It's already an A-side play. They're hopping around. They're jumping through the Glock, swarming, but Snake's got him. He strikes. He gets a double. It's a 2v4 all of a sudden here, Cole. And it looks like something's in the water right now.
This has been really good for Strife. That's one thing they do got going for them. Maybe not the follow-up, maybe not the rifles, but the pistols. They got those things on lock through 3 for 3.
Yeah. Well, 3 for 3 on pistols, but they haven't won anything else but the pistols. You need to see something different here from Strife, but that's a formality, I suppose. So, we're going to see Tech 9's force back up for MIBR. I'm wondering if they're coming into this with a bit of a strategy plan, because on Anubis, they went for the full eco. Something may be different here.
Scout, always a good time. Love it. They're throwing those outer yard smokes here to get past the scout very quickly. Hopefully to avoid the spam as well. And that's exactly what they do right now. This is very quick. The rotations aren't going to beat him to the punch. They are already out. Wait a second. Insani. Hello. Easy picking right there. And he gets out like an absolute ghost. Oh, no.
Oh, no. But oh, yes. For MIBR. They found it. They just ran down secret. No one wanted to rotate down the vents. And for that reason, because Insani was cutting them off. I mean, this is just such a well thought out force buy strategy. I wouldn't even call it well thought out. I mean, he's just killing people with the P250. They bought rifles. They wasted money. They put $2,200 into that FAMAS just for it to get double dinked down by Insani. Oh, here's your M4. Thank you very much.
Dude. Okay.
No.
What? No. Okay. You can't really afford to, like, give it a big effort going for that. I'm going to say this, though. Insani sneaking his way out of that smoke here, able to get a kill, throwing away his life as Snakes there. He's able to sneak past that squeaky door, gets himself a kill on that that Mustang position. He sneaks back through the smoke. He sneaks out back through hut and flanks the 2 players that pushed him inside of Squeaky. That's unreal from this guy.
Like, oh my goodness. And it was even on like a P250. It wasn't like a 4-step Galil or anything like that. He just double dinked 2 people. It was simple as that. And I mean, the strat was just, I wouldn't say it's like extremely well thought out. It's a pretty common one. You just have a squeaky lurk and everyone goes down secret. But it worked. Strife were unprepared. They may have been expecting easy pickings against a full eco or something of the sort. They didn't give MIBR the respect. And, well, if map number 1 didn't earn the respect of MIBR, I don't know what will, because now you're down to force buy.
Yeah, well, again, another thing that they had going were those second round conversions. But like you mentioned, MIBR didn't force buy when it came down to that second round on the last CT side. So they did have a tougher challenge ahead of them. They weren't able to pass that hurdle. They're going to scale out of A, taking very deep control right now. And there's not a lot of help. It's just Snakes in the back lines and Wreck in heaven, and no longer Snakes. He's down.
Yeah, and then, well, one player, Joel, flies up the vents to try and give a jump scare, but that's all that really is. Dismissed, or Strife. The taps come through. And Insani, unbelievably precise. Like, where do they find this guy?
I have no idea. I mean, outside of the Academy project, how do you know who you need to move up, right? It's always a pass, right? You don't go for the immediate star player. You gotta fit the course, right? You gotta be a player willing to learn about attitudes, about fitting the team in the perfect formula. Well, Some of the stuff that Insani does, just miracle work, it feels like. And same with MIBR, just finding these replacements. His turtle, his batches of the last two. Perfection.
You know, as much as they get poached, they still hold the same level. Cello and Jota have been ripped from them, but they've gotten the replacements, man, I'm telling you.
The MIBR to Imperial pipeline, it exists.
Yeah, I think there's a joke in the Brazilian community. They call it MIBR, Imperial Academy.
And actually, MIBR Academy is just Imperial Academy.
Imperial Junior or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, the full eco is a cleanup. Who would have thought? Losing only a single player along the way, no problems for MIBR. It's 3-1. Strife get no remorse from MIBR. They gotta pick themselves back up and start something in the series.
That they do. They need something to start going their way. And very soon. I mean, it looks like MIBR Academy was one of the guys' first teams. He played in a team called Rush before that for a couple of officials last year. Nothing too crazy. Took a couple losses. Said, I'm done with this. I'm going over to MIBR Academy. And again, you know, I watched a lot of his games. Definitely good, right? He was not a missing piece. But was he a superstar? Was he incredible? You know, versus some of the competition that he was playing against, he had consistency for sure. But it wasn't anything that jumped out at me when he was taking on some of the tougher competition. This isn't the Insani that I saw too much, but look at this. Big pace change here. Unleashing the beast. A little bit of team damage done on the inbound. It's still a 1-for-2 trade here. They're holding steady. And oh my god, Snake's plucking him straight through the smoke.
Now that is a round-winning kill right there. And Infinite even gets to see the bomb. Now Turtle tucked away in HUD. Could be an unexpected angle. He could sneak underneath the scope. Could work out that way. Snake's being very passive on his angle. Now might be some opportunities, but now it's only first kill is his, but immediately traded. Strife, I mean, it really is that kill from Snakes through the smoke that brought that round home.
Such an extra oomph right there in that round. Takes you the extra mile. Very quickly could have turned sour if he was able to sneak down the vents there, right? That could have been a complete game changer for that round. But he's not able to. Snakes denies access. And they will gather themselves. Second round. Is it the second gun round? I remember you saying something along those lines. Of this series. Maybe third. If I'm mistaken.
Ooh, Insani caught out for once. I think he was gray screen coming through that smoke, so no opportunity to fight back versus Eris. Oh, but Infinite. Oh, this is about to be very painful.
Gun out there, Infinite. Smoke's gonna bloom a little bit too late. And he's cut off.
And it's only Eris. You know, he's in rotation. And not ready for him is Brennison. Up above, has multiple targets to deal with. Too many targets to deal with. It's now going to be this 3v3 post plant. Is that only going to strike true? Not in the right position. It's going to be a bomb plant. Reck walking through, obliterated, clotheslined by Exit. Jolts and Snakes, the last two, and it's time to save. Right back on the gas pedal, or MIBR.
Yeah, no other options, man. Again, just some very small errors coming through. You can see that timing just breaks the heart of it, isn't it? Oh, breaking the head clean off his shoulders, Turtle. Denying an op save. You really wanted to keep that one, if anything. And Joel's not secure. Exit. He's got to surface up secret. I mean, a very favorable angle for Exit if he's able to clear it. Oh my goodness, he doesn't even take the fight. Okay. Better safe than sorry, Exit.
I mean, MIBR, wherever they go, they just death ball it down secret, and no chance to fight back. Infinite, I think the timing definitely got the worst of him there, but it's MIBR creating those timings with some distractions towards that A site. You know, Infinite very preoccupied with the potential vent drop. So some problems here for Strife as we see a definite gathering in towards Mini and some headshots being doled out by MIBR. Looking great to start with some damage in the one rifle out of commission early.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one little hope you had going for you. The second hope was maybe that having 500 HP spread throughout all your players, but that got very quickly denied as well with the massive bombardment of utility cost in. And now Insani looking to squeeze in his A-side turtles. Timing a little bit awkward, but just has to dispatch of a USP. Insani's getting his sweet eats taken away from him. Insani only got one. It's okay.
Unacceptable. We have expectations from Anubis. This young, up-and-coming player. We expected more anti-eco aces. Assuming that was the average, of course. I haven't seen all of Insani's games, but I'm pretty sure he gets an ace every anti-eco.
It's better you get it out in anything but your first game. You can't get caught with the Honda ace. Also known as the Buzz curse. You cannot be ace in your first official. On the big move up, on the big stage, right? I think that's a rule.
Yeah, I know, right? Where is Honda right now? That's wild. He hit some sick clips in a series, and then I think he's on Case Esports.
He's playing
right
for
now.
Case, yeah. I was actually wondering that question as well. But over there in Europe now.
Yeah, those guys are based out of Spain, I believe. So
yes. Maybe Portugal. I don't know.
No,
Spain.
Case, I'm pretty sure Case is a Spanish organization.
Okay. It's good for them to get some competition. They were in that conference over there in Europe. Didn't quite make it through, but always interesting to see where some of these players will end up and where MIBR will end up in this round.
Mini split oncoming, and we have Joel's tucked away. Two players at the back of the site. Infinite trying to creep up the vent, trying to cause some problems, and he's done exactly that. A double kill for him, and Henny, he's too late to the party. He's trying to lurk. But nothing to be done here. It's a 1v3, and they know exactly where this position is, and where he can be as well. It's going to be tough to catch someone off guard. It's gearing up more to be a save than anything here. Or to walk into Snake's AWP. One or the other. Pick your fate. Pick your poison. And there it is.
Taking that angle. Snake's not going to let him pass. He's not going to miss that easy one. What a heroic effort there from Infinite. That was a big game changer. Allowed for those back of sight players to just be that much more comfortable. As he's able to be, essentially a late crossfire of sorts. He also was able to get that player on the vent side of things, and that angle right there in the closed vent, or the closed vent rather, it can cut off your rotation from heaven. It's a really nice angle, a headshot angle to deal with that heaven player, so just having that position nullified alone is such an asset for rotations on this map.
So the creep down secret. And it's Snakes on the hold. In the right position. Snipes the first, gets the smoke down, and gets out. So, a man advantage finally for Strife. Something really tangible to work with here. And Insani finally shut down. Something to talk about here for Strife. They are up for the good right now. 3v5.
Gonna plant their feet a little bit. 3v5 still recoverable. Not secure just yet. We'll still have to ensure that with this off angle. Beautiful from Joel's. And to spray him down through the wall there. Flashbang set up perfect onto Turtle. And I don't know if they'll have any say in this one. Trying to dance around every which way.
Henny, once again, is going to save. And a very slow round at an MIBR, but it ends up the same. Just a couple of picks going the right way for Strife. And MIBR finally put on the economic back foot as they're about to reach the bottom of the barrel of cash. And finally, Strife can string a couple rounds together here.
Wonder if we're going to see a big change from MIBR here. They're going to go for something a little bit explosive in the mix there. We've seen them try and slow down the defaults here. Snakes is being pretty fluid with the op. So, difficulty getting past his sightline. And this is much quicker. Very pacey aggression down secret. Let's worry about Snake's op as that's over towards the other yard. But they should have to worry about Joel's and his spam. Able to catch exit before he's able to sneak his way down.
And Strife are much faster on the reaction here. You see Eris has already dropped down to the lower site. No one quite down the vents. Meantime, Insani. Oh, man. He is just watching and waiting for this lobby aggression. And it's a free kill on a wreck. So easy for him. But now Insani knows that Strife know. Lobby's completely clear. What will be the move?
They're going to retake lobby as well. There's no movement being made just yet for MIBR, at least fully. No commitment. They're waiting on Insani to maybe make the next strike here. If he could find another kill, spread that defense even thinner, that would be massive. Oh, what is going on here? Eris scared in his position. Getting a couple bullets peppered in. Oh, this setup, Penny. Flashing himself in. Turtle lurking out as well. What is going on?
It's so good. So good. It's a great position. Now they're going to crunch on in and Infinite out in the open. But Joel, the opportunity to line up a multiple of frags. And with 10 seconds left on the clock, there just simply isn't time to set down the bomb. It's there. Insani, he needed that kill. It's not quite there. Henny laid up the vents yet again. And this is where I'm going to start getting critical of MIBR. These late round situations are not going their way.
Yeah, this is kind of a sign of the old MIBR showing up. And I guess old MIBR, as in the MIBR that just loses a little bit on this T side. When it comes to just not capitalizing on map control or just the T side in general, they struggle so much with clock management. It gets them really panicky. So even when you have so much firepower going towards your favor, sometimes you just aren't able to pass it high. But oh my god, Insani absolutely sits Snakes down.
Now he's feeling it. He's heating. And he picks up an AWP. In the meantime, now, Infinite, yes, he's found a kill back. But this man is live and lethal. And is hungry for another frag. Who wants to give Insani another snack and another bite of the cherry? In the meantime, Eris, he swings and puts his head in a vice. And even Insani, a flick onto Joel's. It's looking to be a force buy round. An eco out of MIBR as Turtle's ready for the next challenger. It is seamless here, it feels like, for MIBR. They just take one kill and it snowballs into a frenzy.
They know that Infinite was secret, too. He was one of the players that got a kill. So you can see this position from Insani. He never moves a muscle. He picks up the op and uses it against them right there for 3 kills in the round. Ugh. As soon as you think things are going your way, Strife, The new guy on the block has something to say. And it's not nice.
That was quite... I mean, Insani is just on a different level. I mean, it's just the Deagle headshot that starts everything. And he just capitalizes Strife, give him the space. He says sure. And he goes for it. And now Strife again on the back foot, lose this round, and he could be quite out of your CT side. This is where they need to get the most amount of rounds. Of course, it's a bit cliche to say that Nuke is CT-sided, but Strife, if you're inexperienced on this map, if you're playing against a professional level T side, you need to get as many rounds as you can get, because I think the general statement is that T sides are a bit harder to operate than these CT sides when you're inexperienced, and that's a good start. Snakes picks his timing very well on Insani.
Again, Snakes just trying to get activated in a lot of these rounds here. Infinite taking a lot of flak through the wall, though. Just gonna put him on notice. MIBR again, very slow. 40 seconds left on the round, and there's not a lot that they have to their name, including a little position from Joel's over towards Electronic. He's not going to leave his position. He's just going to wait inside the big garage here. Time to strike. Lines up another big multi-kill before he's traded. That's a big performance for him. He's going to leave them left to pick up the pieces. Turtle can't find anything else. And
well, Henny and being LMS, he's been last man standing in like all of these rounds. I don't know, man. And that's a conversion out of Strife. Reset for MIBR. I don't know what you're thinking here about like Henny being last man standing in a lot of these rounds. It just does feel a bit like a wasted effort sometimes. Of course, in a 2v4, it's not very winnable, but still, it's all principle, Cole. It's all principle.
yeah. I mean, before that it was Joda. I feel like that was usually LMS, so it's just a different player, really. That's last man standing. So, at least they have another rifle that's willing to go in first. But Joel's still sitting on the top. No one's been able to
there we go.
Getting activated early. A part of the round a little bit sooner. This time is certainly going to help out. It's a 3v3, but there's avenues to go down the vents here if you don't want to fully commit. That's being pushed by Aris, though.
In the meantime, though, oh, Henny, snipe Snakes. He threw the one-way smoke, but Henny didn't care. Now, Reck, that's a great shot back. He's really hunting for these kills, but also the push and pull here from MIBR. It's quite good, just as they're swinging out a hut, but he flicks over. He does check back, and now he has to run away, try and get that reload in. It's all over the place for Strife. Brennison, one way or the other, will get the plant, and only a dink out of exit. It's a good shot, it's a good try, but now he has to leave Brennison in the clutch. Now, Reck, sure, he's 6 points of health. Eris looking to swing that side as well for that trade. For the first kill, oh, it doesn't even matter on 6 HP. Reck is going to win the fight. Massive individual moment out of Strife from Reck in particular, and they will take the lead.
Oh, great work right there from Reck. Did not expect him to be the one to finish that round. I thought maybe he could get traded, and that's all fine and dandy, but doesn't even need to be traded right there. Great job being done by him. Well, do get ourselves into another force buy-ish, half buy, I guess, more accurately. Henny, he's gone for the full investment. Not a big fan of that, but rest of the roster not so inclined. We'll see if they can do any damage. We'll see if Insani can make some miracles happen once again. Jumping past that gap in the smoke. Exit.
Knock.
Great bump below. God, that's a free pick right there. Joel's not maybe hearing that the player dropping mini.
Oh, and Brennison even just dropped through the vents and took down Infinite. Snakes has too many angles to focus on for that one AWP, especially when you're Cyclops up. And now Exit can pressure the A site. MIBR just everywhere. They're in your walls.
Ooh.
But now they know where everyone is. All 3 players for Strife have just been revealed. The Oppa Snakes, Reck and Eris. So Exit. Dropping a cool mini smoke. Spotting out Reck as well. So 2v3. Position certainly noted from all these MIBR players. How do they manage?
Whoa.
Well,
Just
that's bold.
Jumped out of heaven there. That's wild stuff. Now he's trapped in the op angle here. That might buy time here to strike onto the player inside the site, but they're not doing so. And this flank's formulating.
Oh, I mean, Exit, he's got to go quick, though. He cannot be too patient about this because Turtle has to hold down the site on his own. That's an excellent first, though. That's buying time for Exit. Who needs Exit? He's going to get another. And now it's all on Exit and Snakes. He was ready for the around the world play. But Exit doesn't care. It's 7-0 for MIBR. They just can't stop winning ecos.
Yeah, I mean, that'll certainly suffice right there. If you're just going to win the eco conversion, you don't need as many gun rounds. So we're tied up at 7s here, and all of the closeness and nature of these last couple of rounds is going to be costly. You can see last round of the half, so full investment's going to go on in. 2 FAMASs, 2 pistols, and a MP9. That's all they have to work with. Not pretty at all. Little gap in that smoke. Maybe that's for the tees to use, though.
So,
yeah, sometimes you throw those gaps on purpose just so you can take a fight that narrow in on the CTs.
And being poor old Eris with this FAMAS. Leaping through ramp, forced down to the bottom of the site. Now they will test the B site. They'll test. Doesn't mean they're going to commit. The minute on the clock, they have all the time in the world to probe out the map. Reck, smoke's fading. I mean, dude, man's good for a dink, I'll say that. But just simply not quite there. Good frag back, but they need more. Do Strife.
And deficit. No longer. That's bested by Infinite here. Knowles, he has been a multi-killing machine inside this A side. This time, though, he's dancing all around trying to avoid utility. That molly towards heaven, though, they were hoping maybe they could get caught in the heat of the moment. Instead, safe plant. And 2 players in mini, 1 up. Squeaky. This is a ambitious attempt here, but it certainly could work.
Crossfire is already being established, but at the same time, Exit, he's just wrapped around the world is in heaven as well. So it just really comes down to this vent player, and that is Turtle. Good crossfire with Penny, that's all that's needed, and that even swings out. Infinite was spamming the hut position, and they are looking clueless. Strife, they ran a couple rounds back, but it's MIBR in the driver's seat. We'll be back in a bit. And we're back. Half number 2 on the way. MIBR, they look solid, all right? They look solid. Strife, they had a couple rounds in their back pocket, though, so if they can muster some of that energy, maybe they can get things going. No time for introductions, though. We're going to get another A-Rush pistol. Turtle at the back of the site is going to knock down 2. Infinite and Wreck with 2 in response, but same goes for Exit. It's all of a sudden all over. 9-7, quick and easy. The first pistol round for MIBR. Woohoo!
Yeah, well, I guess now maybe not the best time to finally start losing those pistols.
Suppose so.
Not allowed entry right there. Completely denied. And it's going to be, a tough time recovering in this T side half. Forced by though. So they're going immediately for this one. Snakes, he drops his upgraded pistol to break the windows, so maybe no sound cues given over, no early information. You think this was a full Glock round? Well, either way, it doesn't matter if everyone's on 1 HP here, and you've got 3 kills with the MP9, and you're still alive. You're still not traded. Aris had to really fight for that one. He gets it done, and maybe a plant to boot. That's quite nice. Does he have a full round in him? That's the big question.
A little slow to react here, MIBR. I'm not sure how much it's going to matter, of course, with the weaponry and the HP for Snakes. Like, his first engagement needs to be flawless. And, Henry just cut away real quickly as Henny just bops the last 2 flawlessly. Sure. I don't know, man.
Why not?
Double digits.
Headshots.
Looking good. Clean as easy. Squeaky as pie. Whatever the metaphors are.
Squeaky as pie.
Clean as easy, squeaky as pie.
A piece of lemon.
Of pie? A piece of lemon.
Ooh, good one. Yeah.
As we're
easy peasy lemon squeezy. No?
Yeah, as we're trying to mix and match our metaphors for we could just say it's pretty simple. It's easy. And I think it continues that way. Yikes. MINSani. He's just too good, man.
Ooh.
Except for that. He ran out of bullets, and Snakes is going to tap him down in the open. Also some problems now for Turtle as he's starting to get surrounded outside. He has help from Brennison, but eventually ran down. Now things get weird. It's a 3v3. Bomb down out in the open, yes. But
he spotted him in mini as well. Look how focused Joel's is right now.
Too bad he was on 9 HP.
That doesn't help.
You know, there was a chance if Snakes just like flew down the ladder that he could take down Henny, but right now Strife. Yeah, Henny's gonna hit this. On to Aris. Just Snakes. And it's a long trek to get that bomb. Get some kills in 30 seconds.
He was super close to actually landing the timing there on exit for the kill, which would have been nice. Said he's gonna walk into the op. Misses his initial chance. HE. Going to do some damage here. Actually could find the op. Henny getting run down. Close range shotgun
3 bullets.
style.
There we go.
And he's able to land it. So Snake's gonna walk away with an op in this one.
Or is he? No, it's just gonna get delivered right back.
I think maybe he thought that they were hovering on top of the bomb there, right? But I don't know how much they knew about that bomb.
I think they did. Once they kind of spotted him out. I don't know. Maybe they thought he had the bomb. Maybe they thought he didn't. Ugh. Well, Strife, they get a buy-in. That is something to say. But can it materialize into reality? Something concrete. Just a group of 4 outside. Only a couple to defend. Henny does have his AWP, though, up in heaven. And if those smokes fade, if they try anything funny, that's what's going to happen. Joel's falls victim.
looked clean on out. See you later, Jules. You'll watch from the sideline here. As the rest of your roster tries to fill up, I feel like Jules has been the real outperforming member. Constant multi-kills, delivering. Insani, again, give him these fights. He wants as many as he can take. He is just taking every last aim duel imaginable. And this time, he won't get traded. He goes down swinging. 70 damage on the wreck, but at least there's a reply here from Strife.
Thing is, though, that is a lot of information going the way of MIBR. What's Snake's up to? Why is he staring at the floor like that?
It's a good question.
Lining up something? Or maybe just going for the frags. Either way, Brennan just swings outside and cleans house like that. Exit on the easy trade, and I mean, sure, only 2 survive for MIBR, but rounds are rounds, and Strife are running out.
You'd see how composed they were, how confident they were able to just sit there and play the trade game in that 3v4 because of, like you said, that pretty valuable information that was calmed over from the likes of Insani. He spots out some of that out-of-yard aggression. He's saying, hey guys, that's where they are. Everyone just sets up their defense according to that. Wait for the cross. If you don't see anything cross, set your attention towards Mini. Strife, they fall right into the trap. Again, good amount of kills there. They land 3 kills, but they couldn't play the trade game. They couldn't outpace MIBR's resources.
Been Henny, who's been pretty on lock as well. When he does get activated in these rounds, of course, spent a lot of the T side losses, sort of watching from the sidelines, having to save. But the CT side, you do see him get activated, and that's what I really like seeing. Sometimes didn't quite play a picture in his team's success. Back on squads like MIBR. Back in previous iterations. But now kind of getting some free reign on the CT side to do what an Opera does best. Just be an absolute problem. The wrench of the plans. You might have a man advantage on a site, whatever one you want to pick, but if it's an AWP, that becomes a different story. So outside, it's going to be where MIBR stake their claim. Looking to maybe even push through this is Insani. Oh, there's a gap on it that he can exploit. Joel's not quite. Or clearing his corners. Oh no, it was looking so good. It thought they were going to fire back, but instead it's Insani and Henny, a double. And now they're out of gas here for Strife. Sure, it's just a half buy, but I said it once and I'll say it again. Rounds are rounds, and Strife don't have much more to work with.
Not a lot of runway for these guys here, right? We saw that every sort of situation like that for their first half. In MIBR, they were getting away with so much in rounds like those. MIBR making sure to not make the same mistakes. They buckle down, they bat down the hatches. For that flawless sweep in the CT side, yet to lose a round, and I don't think they want to start anytime soon. I can only imagine. Any sort of early aggression out of the squeaky door just yet. Met by smokes, met by mollies, met by the assortment. But 4 players in lobby early, looking towards Hut. That hints at a very quick A-side pop. Now we'll see if MIBR are prepared for this.
All right, but exit is a massive off angle. The first one's good. Turtle up top, unsuccessful. Wreck, good on the entries. Eris as well, striking down another. And Brennison can't really do much up in the vents. He is forced away, and finally Strife with some ground on the T side, but there's a lot more to gain here.
Nice entries right there from Beck. That elevates them so much. That's going to secure them the round, no question. Save, easy call to make. Money isn't incredible for MIBR, so these saves are super necessary. But either way, Good work being done right there from Rec. Two very difficult entry frags from him. Wait a second, no. He doesn't have time for this. He knows, okay. He knows better than to attempt that. And... again, I do feel like MIBR are still in a position where they could have just landed some of the shots. But Strife still get away with it. Don't feel like those flashes were as well placed as they might have hoped as well.
Yeah, things could have gone very wrong there. But Rec good enough, despite the weird angles that MIBR were taking. I've never seen that elevated position from Turtle, but it didn't net him a kill, so that was the problem. So teams fan out across the map once again, but fast in towards lobby. That was not the pace change I was expecting out of a player like Henny, but maybe should have stuck to what worked. I don't know.
I was bold.
That's a way to phrase it.
Turning the corner that deep is always wild. You know, you can actually get a nice angle in deep lobby. Just you don't need to extend all the way out around that corner, right? But maybe thinking that if they were throwing, you know, initial outer yard utility, something along those lines, that would be a potential. Just not the reality that Penny lives in, unfortunately for him. 55 seconds left. Find the opening pick. MIBR haven't really moved a muscle.
We're gonna see late outside wall smokes going in. To try and get themselves down to secret. Like 40 seconds remaining is 30 seconds remaining. Now this gets problematic. If there are any hiccups on the play, then this could be a real issue. Now Turtle, he's made his way down and towards the lower side. Everyone is heading down the vents here for MIBR, and here's exactly the problem. 3 kills inside the secret position. MIBR, they just clown car their way down into secret. I can't believe it. And they're gonna win the round off the back of it. 9 seconds, no time to plan. Nice job. Good round.
Unreal. A Concar is the most apt description for just the flooding inside the vents right there. Unbelievable.
4 people go down the vents. 4 people. There was one hiccup in that. I cannot believe that's one way to defend the B site.
We need to see that more often, I think. Vents, it's one of the easiest to counter chokeholds in the game. But imagine you just have 5 players in the vents, maybe 3, and they're just floating up the ladder, up and down, and up and down, and up and down, ready to rotate to whatever side it's gonna be.
I mean, vents is like it literally has a sign on it that says free kills, basically. But it is one of the most powerful rotation points in Counter-Strike.
Used to be 2 of them.
And missed those days. That's wild, dude. It's crazy how much Nuke has changed. It used to be some incredibly complex map where it said, you remember the platform that went from Marshmallow or Silo
all the way to heaven?
Yeah.
What were they cooking up with that one? I gotta ask.
That's a cool position, but who's gonna use that?
They were cooking up something special. I think they wanted to keep some of the old style. You remember when you could walk on the side? This was old Nuke. You could walk on the side of the glass, on the edge, like a pixel walk almost. It was bizarre. It was bizarre, but it was also so very fun. Right now,
30 seconds.
BRN, he might not be in for a whole lot of fun. He's committed in this angle. There's no running away from this, except he does.
Or is there? Well, there is running away.
15.
But down to the B side, 15 seconds. Like, good grief. They have no room for error. And, well, that's not one of them. That's Brennison. going down now. Insani falls next with 7 seconds. Bomb's about to get planted, and it's out in the open. Game! It's match point, series point for MIBR, just like that.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about right there. Those are the mistakes. Those are the small details. You see it on the top of your screen, that clock ticking down slowly, but surely you just know what is coming around that corner. One player, it can completely shut that round down, and that's all that's required, a kill. To drop the bomb, to make it impossible to plant. It's heartbreaking stuff for Strife because I felt like they were landing all of the pieces. They were landing all of the details right there to get a 15-second execute across the line, but they just lacked that double door control. Smokes, flashes, even a player body blocking wasn't enough.
And now you're down on your last legs. You have to win 7 rounds in a row to keep your head in the series. Or it will be MIBR walking away with another dominant win in ECL. Eris just decided to... Oh, he died after time. I also just realized that.
Oh,
It gets worse, Cole. Eris is on a Glock.
Just like a non-factor this round. Never a non-factor, right? But you only got a Glock and no armor. You're like a little mosquito trying to do damage.
And that mosquito just ate a grenade to start us around, man. But all right, Infinite, that's a good kill. That's something to start. Maybe Eris can get his hand on said gun. I mean, opportunities. It's an opening pick. It's something.
It looks like Turtle's looking to inch his way forward here. He has an HE. If he could toss that one down range. Dink's been landed. Turtle's been dinked. There's the HE. No, they're behind the white box still. Oh,
the Glock!
And Eris. He's a deadly mosquito. He's carrying some nasty stuff. He's able to land a headshot right there. Unreal.
But it's still not over. It is not over. Brennison, he comes very close. Everyone from MIBR is committed to outside right now. Oh, this could still get so problematic. It could just end here. I think it might just end here. Back to the smoke and, oh, exit. Everyone's missing their shots, but Brennison's going to come through and close it down. It's a 2-0. It's an easy series for MIBR. It's more of what we expect. They're dominating this season all the way.
Yeah, I mean, 16-6 map 1. They only lost, well, they lost both pistols. They only lost a singular gun round in the mix, or maybe 2, if I'm not mistaken. But it comes into Nuke, and we saw maybe a little bit more structure, a little bit more success coming through on the CT side from Strife, but then